Before we get into today's episode, I have a special announcement that, besides my kids, might be the best thing I've ever created. You want to know the secret to actually becoming who you're meant to be without getting lost in either pure science or woo-woo spirituality? Well, here's the thing. It's not about becoming some perfect version of yourself that feels impossible to maintain. It's more about understanding who you really are and what you love, and then creating a life around that. And that's exactly why I created Living Mind Love. Each month, we combine brain science with soul wisdom to help you make real changes that stick. Everything I've learned from nearly 500 interviews with the world's most brilliant minds, broken down into tiny little shifts that feel natural and actually work. So this is about bringing together science and soul in a way that actually works. Plus, you'll be part of the first ever Mind Love community on School, so we get to figure this all out together. So if you want to make 2025 your best year ever, go to mindlove.com/living to join the waitlist, and you'll get instant access to my 10-year vision meditation. So let's get into today's episode. Welcome to Mind Love Premium, episode 54. Today's episode is all about stabilizing hormones and excess adrenaline.
Adrenaline raises sugar levels, and the sugar mostly comes out at night when people are lying in bed. And when the body releases adrenaline to raise glucose levels, it creates stress to the body, and the body responds to stress by putting out cortisol. And the first thing cortisol does, it also raises glucose levels. So because these two hormones are putting out sugar that does not get burned up because people are just lying there, it can be considered the number one cause of weight gain. Road rage is only caused by excess adrenaline. Certain types of depression very often is caused by internalization of anger. And again, that's adrenaline. People, if they understand that they have a lot of adrenaline and they approach it from the reason why the body's putting out adrenaline, then they can get rid of it in 24 hours.
Adrenaline is a powerful hormone. It's part of what makes it possible for parents to lift vehicles off their children or for someone to fend off a wild animal that's attacking a loved one. It's a big part of the body's fight or flight response. You know, that primal brain that kicks in when we have strong emotions like fear or anger, or when we feel that we're in danger somehow. Well, when our fight or flight response is activated, it causes adrenaline to be released into the bloodstream, which causes an increased heart rate, muscle strength, blood pressure, and sugar metabolism. This was great when we were hunting and foraging and we needed this response for survival, but nowadays our fight or flight is like that helicopter mom that worries too much, which can lead to excess adrenaline, otherwise known as adrenaline dominance, and might be a major underlying cause of a lot of conditions that are currently considered incurable. For most of my life, I thought that I just didn't stress that much. I saw myself as this laid-back chick, like someone that just lets stuff roll off her shoulders. I don't know if it's age or just an increased self-awareness, but this is totally not the case. I am not immune to stress. I just handle it differently. I tend to shut down. So at times it might seem like I'm not letting something bother me, but really I'm just holding it all in, and it's wreaking havoc on my brain and my body. I've noticed that it's at these times that my inner child seems to take over. It wasn't that long ago that I actually felt like that inner child throwing a fit and thinking that I'm right. But now, with all the work that I've done, I am actually able to witness it as the observer. Most of the time. I can see when I'm being irrational, even in the moment. Again, most of the time. Sometimes I stop the spiral, and sometimes I only have the strength to just watch it unfold. But it's better than thinking that I am that spiral, right? Well, until this interview, I thought that maybe that's the worst of it. It comes and it goes. Not much harm is done besides making moments of my life more difficult than they need to be. But what if this adrenaline doesn't just release and rebalance? What if the stress of our daily lives, or even just a genetic inheritance, keeps our body in an ongoing state of fight or flight, even when we're not aware of it? We know that stress is one of the biggest contributors to chronic disease, so what's at stake? And how do we get our bodies and minds back in balance? Well, that's what we're talking about today. Our guest is Michael Platt. He believes that adrenaline might be a major underlying cause of many chronic conditions, from everything from ADHD to diabetes, insomnia, restless leg syndrome, even fibromyalgia, migraines, anger problems. Seriously, like a lot of things. Well, his natural protocol allows patients to reassess their need for taking prescription medications, which treat symptoms rather than address the root cause of their conditions. 3 key things we will learn today are common conditions caused by excess adrenaline, why creative people are most affected, and how to regain hormonal balance. But before we get into the goods of this episode, I want to invite you to wake up to the morning mind love. It's not your typical annoying newsletter. Instead, each weekday morning, you get a little inspiration to set your tone for the day. Think of it like a little love letter from the cosmos. Plus, when you sign up, you get 2 amazing free gifts, a 30-minute binaural meditation and 30 days of self-reflective journaling prompts to help you grow. And it is all completely free. So join over 9,000 people and go to mindlove.com to sign up. Or if you're out and about, just text the word morning to 33777. Hey there, wild minds. So this was just a preview, but you can access the whole episode with a Mind Love Premium membership. If Mind Love has been helpful to you in any way, consider helping support the show by joining this exclusive community. I promise I'm making it totally worth it. You get exclusive episodes, which means twice the Mind Love, in a private feed that imports right to your favorite podcast app, so you don't have to go to the web to listen. And that's not all. You also get all Mind Love episodes ad-free for uninterrupted listening. You get early access to episodes, and you get bonus video interviews and powerful meditation downloads. And finally, you get priority access to me, so you're free to reach out to me with any questions that you have about life, love, relationships, success, whatever it might be. And in more good news, you can get started free with a 2-week free trial. Just go to mindlove.com/premium. And if you're a student, reach out to me on Instagram and I'll give you a special discount.